Here we are at Span Studios. Take a little bit of a look around, a little bit of a tour. They've got a pretty cool area to meet in and a nice library. And here's where all the magic happens. We're gonna get to talking about the behind the scenes in the projection work in my new ballet, the Capulets. We can do whatever we want. All right. Well, hey everybody at home. I am Wade, the founding artistic director of Chicago Repertory Ballet. I am here with
John Kobajeski.
We are at Span Design, and we wanted to give you a little behind the scenes about the work that we're doing on the Capulets. First, do you want to talk about how we know each other?
Yeah, absolutely. So Wade and I went to school together at Northern Illinois University, and Wade is also really close with my wife. They went to high school together.
Yes.
My wife, Therese.
Yes, longtime friends. So John and I have known each other, and I've known Therese for quite some time. You want to talk a little bit about what you do here at Span Design? Some of the projects
Yeah.
you've done?
So Span is I'm a partner and design director here at the studio, and together with two other partners, we have 7 designers here, and we do work that sort of crosses all boundaries of visual communication. So we do anything from a logo all the way up to huge signage packages and digital experiences like this. So we're thrilled to be participating in the Capulets and getting to sort of explore digital set design and the possibilities that are there.
Yeah, and John and I have done some pretty cool projects, and as John mentioned, they do logos. This is one that they developed.
Yes, right.
But yeah, visual set design, it is a very cool thing that we've been able to work on together, and we actually had another project before the Capulets, the Scottish play. I won't say the title, but maybe I can put it in text below, since the title of that play is cursed. But do you want to talk a little bit about maybe some of what we developed?
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, that was a very different production than the one we're working on right now. That production was very dark, lots of supernatural elements,
Totally.
Lots of people dying.
Everybody died. It's a Shakespeare.
Yes. And so there were lots of graphic motifs that were, very almost like horror film driven, with different, like lots of blood and lots of sort of like spooky images and images of skulls and stuff like that.
And meeting politics, because that show had a lot of also political.
Yes, that's right. It was kind of, it came out around the same time as the first Trump administration. It's funny how things repeat themselves. This production, I think, that we're talking about today, Capulets, which is what we are really excited to do, is very, very different. So while it's also Shakespeare, it's not. It's much more grand, I would say. It's much more kind of classic Italian, and it's much more focused on high society and the sort of like pitfalls and things that come with that. So I think some of the things that we were really inspired by is high fashion. So we looked at the work of art directors like Fabian Barone and Alexei Brodovich. These are famous art directors that did work for Vogue magazine, from the Calvin Klein ads in the 90s. And they were doing really, really interesting things with Italian typefaces, which are generally have very, very skinny portions and sort of big fat portions, and they create this very recognizable kind of language of fashion. So it's that, and then it's also a lot of scenes and sets that kind of evoke Verona itself. We actually have a model of Verona that we got, a digital model that we got to fly over the city. We designed using a lot of kind of classic yet also contemporary architectural motifs, so that we kind of placed this ballet outside of a specific time, but definitely as much in Verona as we could.
Yeah, John hit me with this like very cool shot of a bell tower that they actually have in Verona. Is that correct?
Yes.
So this guy does his research, but we actually, and we do see that in this production. We go to the bell tower.
We go around it in this one, but yes, you do see it in the beginning. Yeah, absolutely.
So knowing that Verona obviously is a physical place that we all know, but also treating it like a concept and bouncing between those two ideas about this setting is something that I find really interesting about the ballet.
Yeah, I would say same. And I think what was really exciting about this production, especially contrasted with the last one, is just it's a whole different collection of visual metaphors, right? So like we're really talking about you know, intrigue, we're talking about passion, we're talking about, you know, love in a very, very different way than that other production, which I think makes it really exciting for me personally, because it's just a whole new visual landscape for us.
We are at the desk. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of these scenes?
Yeah, absolutely. So this, what we started with when we worked on this, and I should mention that all this work was done with my senior designer, Zach Minnick, who was instrumental in helping, you know, realize all these different looks and different scenes that we're talking about today. The Ruth Page Theater, we modeled the entire Ruth Page Theater with both the lower and upper stage, and sort of suggesting the stairs that'll be there too. And there's going to be 3 separate screens. So there'll be a full height, full immersion screen in the back, and then 2 kind of like half-wing screens that we used to kind of suggest each one of these scenes. So Act 2 kind of, or Scene 2 kind of takes place in the mansion where we're introduced to Juliet and Lord Capulets. And some of these scenes have multiple looks, so the lighting gets low at a certain point in the production, so we have that look as well that we're studying. We have Lady Capulet's bedroom, which you know, sort of takes place and feels very feminine, but also, you know, very, very elegant, I would say. And then the one that I kind of wanted to talk a lot about today is the ballroom. So the ballroom opens the second act, it's Scene 4, and it has a very kind of highly visual vibe that we wanted to create that also was sort of evokes a nightclub, right? So for this scene, what we've done is we've kind of gone through and generated a series of different looks that happen throughout the ballet or throughout the scene, as well as like different transition elements. And all these are animated, kind of like the entire stage view, but in flat, like almost like they're unfurled, like you're you know, laying out unrolling a poster, right? And then each one of these different images will be sliced up into 3 and then projected out onto the stage for you know, during the production. So we have lots of different elements here. They're all kind of inspired by VJ graphics that you might see in like in-house. But what we've done is kind of simplified them and made them feel very, very elegant and you know, sort of fitting of Lord Capulet's estate, which of course is very important for you know, for the quality of the production. Okay, I got something.
Any things that you like are excited for the audience to see, to look for, to?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you know, there's lots of like hidden motifs that we've kind of put throughout the production. One of which involves the national flower, or the sort of city flower of Verona, yeah. Which is something you should check out.
That's an Easter egg.
A little Easter egg that comes up a couple times, and then also I think you know, something that has also been a really interesting part about this experience is the collaboration with, certainly with Wade on the ballet side, but also with Matt on the music side, being able to kind of really collaborate across these different dimensions, right? I mean, since music is so different than ballet, but they're also not very different at all. So that's been really rich and wonderful and exciting to see. Hope you all enjoy coming out to see the Capulets, and you know, come for multiple shows so you can see something different every time.
Yes, so it is the Capulets, choreography by me and projections by Span Design, and some other folks on the design team who are amazing. Hopefully we'll hear from them in some more of our long form content. And that production is November 7th through 16th at the Ruth Page Center for the Arts, and you can get tickets at www.crbdance.